Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English. Dear friends, in this video I'll summarize a very interesting sonnet by the famous poet, playwright, dramatist William Shakespeare, sonnet number 116, which begins with the line, "Let me not to the marriage of true minds." And let me tell you about the structure of Shakespearean sonnets. Shakespearean sonnets has the 14 lines, 12 plus 2. These 12 lines are divided into the three quatrains. Three quatrains, like a stanza. Each quatrain will have 4 lines, so 4 into 3, 12. And the last 2 lines are called as a couplet. So this is the structure of Shakespearean sonnets. Now let's know about this sonnet here. Sonnet 116, which is titled as "Let Me Not to the Marriage of True Minds," is one of Shakespeare's most famous sonnets. It explores the nature of true love and it defines it as constant, unchanging, and eternal. Shakespeare here argues that real love does not change when the circumstances change, but the love or the real love or the true love does not change. It neither fades with the power of the time. So true love remains always unchangeable. It's not affected by the power of time. Though our physical beauty might fade, we may become old, but the true love, the spiritual love, will never change. So he has tried to give us a definition of true love. Exactly what is true love? Pyar hota kya hai? So he has explained in this poem, in this sonnet, very elegantly. So now let's have a discussion stanza wise or quatrain wise. So the very first, moving ahead, he has applied here a few metaphors, very strong metaphors. For example, ever fixed mark. He has used the word ever fixed mark. That's called lighthouse, the guiding star, the pole star, and he presents love as a steadfast force, means to say very strong force that survives all the obstacles. This sonnet is written in the very typical Shakespearean sonnet form, and the sonnet ends with a bold statement, which shows the poet's absolute confidence in the definition of love. Overall, we can say that the sonnet celebrates love as a spiritual and enduring bond that remains firm even in the face of time and adversity, right? So the very first quatrain, first stanza, "Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove." So we'll try to explain each and every phrase of this stanza here. So to begin with, the poet begins by saying that he will not admit any impediments, means he will not allow any obstacles to the marriage of true minds. He will not allow any of the obstacles to come in the path of the marriage of true minds, the marriage of the true lovers. So the marriage of true minds he refers not a literal marriage. He's talking here the spiritual and the emotional union of two people who really who truly love each other. He's not talking about any kind of physical marriage or any kind of physical relationship. He's talking about the bond. What kind of bond? The spiritual and the emotional union of two people, of two lovers who truly love each other. And he says that I will not allow any kind of difficulties, obstacles which come in the path of their love. Why? Because their love is based on deep understanding, loyalty, and faith. It's not based on any of the physical attraction or any temporary sexual desires, right? It's absolutely emotional, absolutely spiritual love. It's absolutely a true love. And he won't allow any obstacles to come in the path of these two lovers. The poet William Shakespeare says. Now, Shakespeare then defines what love is not. So far, he has told what is love. Now he defines here what is not, what love is not. He says love is not love which alters when it alteration finds. That means true love does not change when the circumstances change. If love changes because the situation changes, then it was never and never a real love to begin with. Means to say, there may be some circumstances may change, but if the love changes with the changing circumstances, such love cannot be considered as the true love. The true love should stand firm if any kind of difficulties are happening, if any circumstances are changing. So that's definition he has given here what love is not. Then further he says here, or bends with the remover to remove. That means true love does not disappear when somebody is trying to break it or take one of the lovers away. One of the lovers away, the true love does not bend, the true love does not disappear. Even if one partner changes or one partner leaves, the true love remains constant. It doesn't bend, it doesn't break under external pressure. So finally, the quadrant 1 says here real love remains firm despite the problems, changes, or external attempts to destroy it. If such love changes, it such kind of love cannot be considered as the genuine love. Such love cannot be considered as the true love if it changes due to the changing circumstances. That's about quadrant 1. Hope you have understood. Now let's move to the quadrant 2 or the stanza 2. A very interesting one. Oh no, it's an ever fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken. It's a star to every wandering bark, whose worth is unknown, although his height be taken. You know, the ever fixed mark, that's called pole star. That's called the lighthouse. The pole star, the lighthouse, they all guide the ships which they lose their path in the ocean. So the true love is compared here, which with those metaphors. By using metaphors, they are compared with the lighthouse, with the pole star. They are the guiding person, right? Now let's see. So William Shakespeare now he's giving us very two powerful metaphors to describe true love. Which is the powerful metaphor? Number one, it's an ever fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken. That means what? True love is like a fixed mark, just like a lighthouse. Where can you see the lighthouse? On the port, where the lighthouse which guides all the ships which they are reaching to the port. A lighthouse stands firm on the seashore, which guides the sailors during the fierce storm, tempest. Whenever the tufan or the tempest appear, this lighthouse will be guiding those sailors, those ships to come to the destined place or the fixed place. Even when the violent waves and the winds rage, the lighthouse does not move, right? There may be tide and fall in the ocean, but this lighthouse remains firm. Similarly, true love remains strong, steady in the face of life's challenges. So true love is compared here with the lighthouse, just like lighthouse remains firm in the face of the turmoil, in the face of the tide and fall in the ocean. It faces all the challenges. So true love also faces all the challenges in its path. Second comparison the poet has done, it is the star to every wandering bark whose worth is unknown, although his height be taken. Here, wandering bark here refers to the ship which are sailing on the sea. True love is compared to the North Star, that's called pole star, which sailors they use it to navigate for the navigation purpose. They follow the direction of the pole star. So, although the sailors can measure the star's position, its height can be taken. Although the sailors can measure the star's position, they can never fully measure its true value. You can measure the position of the star, but you cannot measure the true value of the particular star. Similarly, true love guides people through life, but its depth and its worth both are beyond calculation. There are no numbers, there are no calculation where you can say this divided by this is equal to true love. You cannot. Just like you can measure the star's position, the pole star's positions, but you cannot measure the real value of this um, uh, the stars, the pole stars, the north stars position, the north stars value, right? So these are the two important metaphors the poet has applied here to compare or to bring out the glory of true love. Now, so in this manner, in the second quatrain, what we have seen, the poet, what does William Shakespeare convey here? He says that true love is permanent, dependable, just like a lighthouse, just like a guiding star, and it tolerates, it endures the storms, and it has a value beyond human understanding. That's what he says in the second quatrain. Third quatrain, or the third stanza, one more comparison we find here. Love is not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of the doom. So, love is compared with the time's power, sickle compass, the time's power, right? Let's see how. Though rosy lips and cheeks, the physical beauty he has brought out here. Shakespeare now argues that true love is not controlled by time. All of us know very well that time is very powerful, don't we say? Very powerful time, because time, nobody can control time. Can we control time? No, we cannot. Can we control your physical beauty, which gets fade, which changes at certain years? No, because time is powerful. But here something is very strange. Is here you cannot control. Time cannot control true love. How? Love is not time's fool. That means to say, love is not a plaything, love is not a servant of time, whether time can control the love. Time is often imagined as an old man which is carrying a seed representing the passing of youth and beauty. Time is always imagined just like an old man which has a seed. Seed means like a death, and which always cuts the beauty and the youth, right? Later, the poet says, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come, that he refers to the fact that physical beauty, like lips, cheeks, will eventually fade, fall under time's sickle. Sickle means a curved blade for cutting, which he used to cut the grass, means to say how sharp the edge of the sickle is here. Similarly, the time's edge are also very sharp, but the time may change the rosy lips and cheeks, but the time cannot affect the true love. That's how the true love is beyond the time. Beyond the time, समय से परे है. So, in other words, we can say people grow old, and we know physical beauty is very temporary, it is not permanent. What is permanent? True love is permanent. So, however, true love alters not with its brief hours and weeks. That means time does not have control. It doesn't change as the time passes. Alters not. It says it does not alter with its brief hours and weeks. Means to say it does not change. Time might keep on passing on, time might keep on moving on, but true love doesn't change. So the temporary emotions may fade, but true love remains constant, universal, unchanged. That's the definition of true love the poet has brought in this third quatrain. Now, the poet further says that, but bears it out into the edge of the doom. What does it mean? Edge of doom. Doom here refers to the doomsday, the judgment day, when everybody will die, the earth will get merged to the water, means to say, right? the whole damage of the whole world will die. Even after that, true love will continue. So love lasts, love continues until the end of time, until the judgment day. So there's a mythological reference here, biblical reference, sorry. Even death or the end of the world cannot end true love. The world may end, person may die, but the true love will never end. We still remember Romeo Juliet, Hire Ranja, Soini Mahiwal, right? These words we still remember. They all died, right? But we still remember their true love stories. So that means to say time has been passed so many years over, but we still remember the word. If some people love each other, we just denote them. Look at Romeo is going, look at Juliet is going. That means they have become very symbolic terms for true love. So true love is spiritual, it's not physical. Time can destroy beauty, but time cannot touch true love because it endures forever, right? Now, moving ahead to the last two lines, that's called as a couplet. If this be error and upon me proved, I never write nor no man ever loved. So it's something like a stamp. He's certifying something that whatever I told, if it has been proved wrong, remember I never told anything about true love, he says. So indirectly he's saying that whatever I written about true love, it's absolutely right. You have to accept it. So let's see the explanation of the couplet. So Shakespeare ends the sonnet with a very bold and very confident claim. He says if anyone can prove that his definition of true love is wrong, then he has never written anything and no one has ever loved. कुछ भी नहीं लिखा और किसी ने भी किसी से प्यार नहीं किया. So this is obviously impossible. Shakespeare has written and people have loved it. So indirectly he has claimed that whatever I have written about true love, it is absolutely true. So he's completely certain about his idea of love. So Shakespeare expresses the unshakable confidence in his description of true love. He treats it as a universal truth. That's what he would like to say in these last two lines. That's always called as a couplet, where he affirms, where he confirms. He becomes so confident. He challenges the readers that you accept it, whatever I say. That's quality of William Shakespeare. Okay, so now let's go through the figures of speech. You can go through once again. Metaphor, we have here personification, alliteration, hyperbole, and the couplet. Okay, now let's conclude saying that in Sonnet 116, William Shakespeare has powerfully portrayed true love as eternal, constant, and unshakable. He emphasizes that genuine love remains firm through challenges. It does not fade with time. It endures until the end of the existence. That's called Judgment Day. That's called Doomsday. So, by using the very powerful metaphors, confident language, William Shakespeare elevates love to a timeless and the universal ideal. The closing couplet reinforces his absolute faith in this vision, making this sonnet a celebration of love's enduring and spiritual nature. So that's how I have tried my best to explain, to summarize the interesting sonnet number 116, Let Me Not to the Marriage of True Minds. And this is in the syllabus of first semester BCom General English under Bangalore North University. So friends, if you like this video, click on the like button, write in the comment box what you feel about love or the true love, and subscribe the channel for more videos. Have an eye at the playlist. You will get all the videos in the playlist. That's the right place to find all the videos links. Any doubt, any confusion, I mean to say any questions you have, you can mail me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Stay in tune with only Mukesh English.